Hi, my name is Aditya, and in this video we're going to look at the top camera features of the new Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G smartphone. This phone comes with quad rear cameras which includes a 108 megapixel primary sensor. In addition to this, you have a periscope lens, a telephoto lens and an ultra wide sensor as well. So let's get started with the camera features of this new premium smartphone from Samsung. Being a premium smartphone means that the S21 Ultra from Samsung has a lot of capabilities from its imaging side as well. Now, looking at the back of the phone, you can see this large module, this rectangular shaped module that packs a slew of sensors, and we're going to walk through all these sensors for you. So it has a 108 megapixel primary sensor. In addition to this, it has a 10 megapixel periscope lens, a 10 megapixel telephoto lens and a 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor that basically gives you all kind of photos and videos and capabilities that you're going to match with the best in the market right now. It also has this ultra sensor which basically works around like an LED flash also and adds more touch, and laser focus impact is also there, which also makes a huge difference in terms of the overall output of the image. While on the front you have this 40 megapixel selfie sensor which basically lets you click wide selfies and can be also used for different kind of biometric features like the face unlock that is built into the S21 Ultra smartphone. So these are what you get with the hardware composition of the cameras. Now let's look into the software interface of this phone's camera. So this is basically again a very regular and a very well versed Samsung's camera interface that has all these capabilities, and it walks you through different kind of tips and tricks to make sure that you make the best use of whatever ultra capabilities that this phone's camera has. So this is the primary, the phone photo mode, and then you have these different zoom capabilities which goes up to as much as 10x using that periscope lens that we talked about. So this is all the capabilities that you get with the photo mode that goes up to 100x in terms of optical zoom. So Samsung has really gone for the kill with this one this time around. Then this is the single take option. So Samsung is basically giving you an option wherein you can take photos in a single click, and you don't really lose out on a lot of time, and these are usually done with a timer set in, which is why you have this timer set in between 5 to 15 seconds is what you can take this single take on, and it's primarily used depending on what you're using for. Then you have this video mode that has different capabilities. You have different resolution which we can shoot videos in, 9:16, 1:1, and then you have these screen resolution which go up to as much as 8K resolution at 24 FPS. So again, being a premium phone means that 4K and 8K resolutions are best standard these days for smartphone cameras, and the S21 Ultra gets all of them, going up to 8K in terms of the highest capability and going as low as the HD resolution, which is 720p pixels at 30 frames per second. So these are all the video capabilities. Again, you get zoom capability up to 10x with using the rear sensor that you have at the back, and then you have an optical zoom capability up to 20x on the phone's camera for videos. So this is what you get with the videos. Then in addition to this, you have so many other features that you can try out. You have this AR zone, you have the Bixby version that you can also play around with. Then you have the Pro mode. So now the Pro mode is basically a manual version of how you work around with things, and you want to manually set the ISO level, you want to manually set the white balance level, or you want to manually set the aperture level, shutter speed as well. So all those things you can do with this, and that works even for the ultra wide camera. So it basically depends what you want to use, how you want to use, and again, screen resolution go up to full screen resolution that enhances and adds a different kind of touch and appeal to your images, and that's what the Pro mode also does. So different kind of capabilities you can try, enhance different kind of better focus capabilities and so on and so forth. Then we've already talked about the video capabilities of this phone. Then this has this palm steady, super steady mode. So let's say if you're moving around somewhere and you want absolute super stabilized motion, what you do is you use this electronic image stabilization built into the phone's camera to make sure that the videos are stable. So as you can see over here, this is the more options that you get with the S21 Ultra. You have the night mode, you have the food mode. Now let's say if you want to click a photo and you want to post it on Instagram or any social media platform, this is what the feature that you use. You have the portrait video option as well, slow motion, hyperlapse. So there are a lot of these options that they've added, and for director's view, what Samsung has specifically done is they are using the phone's front and the internal speaker to make sure that that you get ambient as well as outer noise, outer sound, and get the best output coming out of it for video, which enhances the overall output and performance of whatever you're watching on this device. So these are all the capabilities of the rear camera. Now moving on to the front camera, this has a 40 megapixel selfie camera, or as we mentioned, and also lets you shoot up to 4K videos in different resolution. And you have different screen resolutions as well, so you can shoot in 1:1, you can shoot in full screen resolution, and then you have this motion photo also. So let's say you want to click a photo but you want to click it in the motion mode, so then that's where you enable this. Then you have these filters that you can try out with. So a lot of these AI capabilities are built into the software by Samsung, so you can use these face options, you can enhance the intensity or you can reduce the intensity based on whatever you're looking at. You have my filters, you can add different kind of filters. Let's say if you want to use shadows, you want to use palm tree, you want to use monster. So these are again different kind of features. And then you have filters. So filters are primarily in terms of the intensity, temperature. So let's say if you want to do cool temperature, so this is what you get. Then you have something called frosty as well, something called blossom. So these are again the capabilities that the selfie camera is offering. It's quite power packed, and you can also shoot videos as we already mentioned, and it goes up to UHD. So 4K resolution videos from the front camera at 60 FPS. That's quite capable in terms of if its premium capabilities, and that's what Samsung is offering with its selfie camera as well. So these are all what you get. And then finally you have this bright and natural mode. So you already know that Samsung uses AMOLED displays for its phones, but let's say if you want to use a more if you want a more natural color touch to your images, then you can just switch between the bright and natural to define what kind of enhancement you want or what kind of touch ups you want for your photos to come out in the output mode. So with this 108 megapixel primary rear sensor coupled with its periscope lens, telephoto lens as well as the ultra wide sensor, the S21 Ultra from Samsung has camera capabilities at its premium best. What you get is a capability that is diverse and versatile and also lets you shoot videos in 8K resolution. Along with that, you have the 40 megapixel front selfie camera that not only lets you shoot videos, take video calls, but also record videos in 4K resolution, which is quite astounding at this price point. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned with us for more.